Hi, my name is Ashley Bill, and this is my Task 2 submission for Values Based Leadership. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Ashley Bill, and I'm the new Customer Service Manager. I wanted to have this team meeting, and as it's our very first team meeting, I wanted to give you an introduction to myself, go over my leadership styles, some of what I believe in, some things that are going to help us work together as a team and build some teamwork and really be outstanding together. So I just wanted to start, with a little introduction and go over what some of my personal values include. It's going to be honesty, leadership, perseverance, and teamwork. Just so you guys can get to know me a little bit better, I wanted to share a personal story with you on how I made it here and how I became the leader that I am today. I graduated high school, and right out of high school, I went right into college because it seemed like the right thing to do. So I was pursuing a liberal arts degree. I made it a few semesters and I just decided it wasn't for me and I dropped out. I went into sales, and a couple years later, I said, you know what, I'm really going to give school another chance. I went back for business this time, made it a couple semesters, dropped out again. Life sort of happened, and I went through some job changes, got some experience everywhere, and got a few management jobs. When I was finally in a leadership position, I decided, now's the time. I'm gonna go back to school this time, and I'm gonna finish it. Going back to school, for IT management, being a project manager, that was something very important to me to be able to finish that and graduate with my bachelor's degree. And that's what I did, and I'm very happy that I did because that's led me to the leadership positions that I've been in today, and that led me here to be with you all. Um, as a company, our values and ethics are going to be the foundation of our customer service here. And that's with me and with the team together. I just wanted to go over a values based vision statement that I came up for us. And this is something that, we're going to live by and we're going to operate by as a team. And that is, our work is going to be led by a team that puts our values and our ethics first. We will focus on fostering good customer relationships while also striving for success and continual growth with one another as a team. We want to make sure on the forefront of everything, we're there for our customers and they're first. We're taking care of them first. But at the same time, we also want to be team building and coming together as a team and working with one another. To go into some of how we're going to work together as a team, let's go over some things that are going to get us there and help us build, together. First one's going to be self-awareness. Self-awareness allows the ability for individuals to understand and control their emotional response. This includes our experiences, values, beliefs, and motivations. Self-awareness is important because when we are self-aware, we are able to respond to conflict in a calm and professional manner, which is essential. An example of how we're going to be self-aware is through emotional awareness. Emotional awareness will allow us to identify our own emotions as well as your coworkers' emotions. You will be able to respond to these emotions rather than just reacting. This in turn is going to allow us to build a better, stronger relationship with ourselves, as well as our coworkers, and as well as our customers, when we're able to do that together. Another key for us to team build is going to be self-management. Self-management allows the ability to manage one's own emotions, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By using self-management and learning how to navigate our emotions, we're going to be able to strive for growth and success as a group, which is what we're all here for. Self-management is important because without self-management, you may get angry and respond impulsively to a customer, or you may even turn, to another employee and say some hurtful things to them unintentionally. An example of self-management is going to be adaptability. That's how we're going to get through this. When conversations or situations with customers or another coworker suddenly change, you're going to be able to control your discomfort and respond effectively and rapidly to the change in situation. Again, this is going to help us build some trust with one another, build trust with, our customers first and foremost. Next thing I want to go over is social awareness. Social awareness gives us the ability to empathize with others who are culturally different than us. This includes our social interactions and the ability to connect with people from different cultural backgrounds because we're not all cut from the same cloth. Social awareness is vital for team building. This is something we're really going to focus on together as a team. An example of how we're going to use social awareness is by exercising empathy with one another as well as our customers. Sometimes there's going to be people that come from different cultural backgrounds than you, it's going to be something that you have to be adaptable with, and you have to really empathize with them and understand where they come from. And in turn, they're going to understand where you come from. And then, we're going to build that better, stronger relationship. I want to go over unconscious bias next. Unconscious bias is viewed as prejudice or preconceived notions of individual groups that tend to favor one another. This is going to be something that we want to pay close attention to, that we are not doing, whether it be with our coworkers or whether it be with customers. Bias is typically unconscious or implicit. It's not always intentional. Bias occurs in the brain automatically as the brain makes rapid judgments based on one's own background, experiences, and environments. Some of the bias that you may come across, whether it be with coworkers or whether you be with customers, it could just be because of what you've been exposed to already in your life. So this is going to be something that's really important, that we consciously want to be making sure that we are not making these unconscious biases. The next thing I want to cover is cognitive bias. Cognitive bias is the tendency that causes us to make decisions based on limited knowledge or prior experiences that may not even be relevant to current situations we're going to face. Two types of cognitive bias that I want to go over is going to be cognitive inertia and attentional bias. Cognitive inertia is how an individual thinks about a situation and is unable to adapt to change. A perfect example of this is what we're currently going through. We're coming together as a new team with new leadership and some new policies. It's not going to be the norm that everybody was used to, for yourselves and myself as well. To kind of combat this, we're going to need to approach this with a positive attitude and first and foremost, be adaptable to the new environment that we're working in. Allow each other room, to adapt to these situations. Allow each other feelings and emotions, but we want to make sure that we are communicating effectively at the end of the day, coming to this with a positive attitude and nothing else. Attentional bias is the tendency to pay attention to certain things while simultaneously ignoring others. A perfect example of this is going to be something as simple as you building relationships with one another. You may choose to only converse with coworkers who are taking smoke breaks with you, while you're ignoring to converse or even pay attention to coworkers who do not take smoke breaks with you. One way to combat this is you're going to need to ignore that tunnel vision and build relationships with all coworkers, regardless of shared hobbies. You're absolutely going to talk to people that are taking smoke breaks with you all the time, but you need to make sure that you're making that conscious effort to talk to other coworkers and get involved with them and get to know them. How does bias affect ethical decision making? Biases tend to impact ethical decision making and can help explain why good people, such as all of us, can make bad decisions sometimes. Biases can occur when individuals want to obtain desires, such as career advancement or financial reward. Too much emotional attachment for the desired outcome can cause individuals to act unethically. This is a big reason of why we need to pay attention to our bias and why we need to not let that affect us and that affect our decisions, because biases and ethical decisions, they go hand in hand. Next thing I want to cover is relationship management. Relationship management is when we facilitate cooperation within our team. Relationship management is also facilitating teamwork within our organization. So that's going to mean the whole company. It's going to be outside of our team. It's going to be other departments. We're going to keep a good relationship going. One way that we're going to be able to handle relationship management is an ethical treatment of employees by fostering a diverse and inclusive culture. We are all different. We all come from different backgrounds. But one thing that we are going to be sure of is that to create these relationships and build trust with one another, we're going to treat each other ethically. And we're going to notice when that's not being done, and we're going to speak up about it. Next thing I want to go over with relationship management is a culture of care. Culture of care is achieved by motivating team members to be their best professional selves, which in turn is going to deliver better professional performance. One way we're going to be able to create a culture of care, and it's what I've been talking about this entire meeting, is trust. Trust in each other as leaders and as team members. When we have that mutual trust with one another, that's going to be the foundation of a good relationship. The next thing and final thing I want to cover is going to be emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence combines relationship management skills, social awareness, self management, and self awareness. So, everything that we've gone over in this meeting so far is all wrapped up to emotional intelligence. As a new group, we will use relationship management to be effective as a team. Again, we're going to build that trust with one another. But we also need to remember that we're here to do a job and we're here to serve a purpose to our customers. By doing that, we're going to build a trusting relationship with our customers. I just want everybody to take something away from this meeting, whether it be emotional intelligence itself, management skills, your social awareness, your self management, and your self awareness. Pay attention to all of these and pay attention to your biases. When we can build these great relationships with one another, it's just going to come naturally that we build that same relationship with our customers. And that in turn is going to make us very successful as a team and we will grow together. Thank you all for attending our first meeting.